and movie star and TV host in his own right, Joe Rogan. It's got folks in it like Mr. David Icke and a lot more. So the first month of that is now out. I'm going to have a best of every month. We call it the DVD Arsenal. Also available there at the online video and bookstore at Infowars.com. Okay, let me just stop right there and get focused. I tend to psychologically shy away from getting into this because it's such a upsetting subject and so real. I want to start out with the audio of the 1-minute government-paid-for video that we have up on Infowars.com. This is AmeriCorps paramilitary propaganda ad. And when you watch this ad and you study it, it's absolutely horrifying. When you have the background knowledge of what you're witnessing, it's even more horrifying. But anybody can watch this and say, what is this straight out of Soviet Russia or Communist China? I would say it's more akin to Communist China or Cuba, Communist Cuba. Now, this uniform they're wearing, I saw different bills. Bill Clinton got passed to start this in 1997. I talked about it in my film Police State 2000 in 1998. 99. But in some of the legislation they've passed, it says gray uniforms, and we have seen those. And that's going to be for more of the paramilitaries, more of the cream of the youth corps. Then the next category are going to wear red jackets with khaki shirts and khaki pants that looks like something out of a science fiction dystopia. And I know this because in the U.S., we first learned of this about 7, 8 years ago. In England, we learned of this 2 years ago. They're also doing it in Japan, in Germany, in the Netherlands, in Ireland. And they're doing it with the Boy Scouts overseas, the Boy Scouts here. They're doing it with Secure Corps, division of AmeriCorps. They're doing it with public school children, putting them in uniforms, but only, on the weekends when they take part in federally funded under BATF, FBI grants, you name it. And so when I saw this video this morning put out by the federal government with taxpayer money, it shows them doing push-ups and squat thrust and, basic military maneuvers out in a military training field with officers in front of them in their new fascist uniforms with arm patches, armbands. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than this. And it horrified me because I keep seeing this same uniform pop up worldwide. This is global. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the audio of the video.
I am change. I've been around since the beginning of time.
Ask not what your country can do for you.
Over the years, I've had many faces. Over the years, I've had many looks. But I've always had the same goals. To make this world a better place by helping those who need it most. To never turn my back when things get tough. And to show that positive can always overpower negative.
All right, that's enough. I can't listen to any more of it. Yeah, positive. That means I don't think, I'm just positive and follow orders. And they show pictures of Martin Luther King and Gandhi. Martin Luther King and Gandhi would have fought against what's happening right now. You better believe it. So this is almost like if the Nazis rolled themselves in happy, lovey, liberal packaging. But when you study what the actual training is, it's to spy on neighbors. It's to have a national security force as big and strong as our military. And then you read specifically what the White House says. It's going to be compulsory at military camps. Rahm Emanuel's on record. It's been at change.gov. But they're in uniforms, chanting and marching and with flags and out there drilling. I mean, it's a field marshal basically running it. All of this going on, and this is just the public face of it to sell the population. When you get down to the nitty-gritty, it's what the New York Times reported on. But again, they reported it with a positive light as well, with showing big color photos of 14 to 17-year-old Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, marching around with MP5 submachine guns, practicing, quote, taking on U.S. veterans. And then you see all the mainstream articles over the last few years about how they're training every local department in the country, the feds are. to prepare for improvised explosive devices, and they're telling local police, harden your local facilities, get ready for terrorism. The number one threat is in Al-Qaeda now. It's former military people and gun owners, and the DHS report says that, and libertarians and don't tread on me people and folks that won't turn their guns in. And then you find out that under SecureCorps, and I first saw this 7 years ago in the Philadelphia Daily News, it said a division of AmeriCorps that you just heard the ad from, with them out marching around in red uniforms. You know, what is this, Mortal Kombat or something? And they're almost dressed like the bad guy from Mortal Kombat. I mean, this is really good. These are actual commie outfits. I mean, talk about, this is unbelievable. I mean, you might as well wear like leather jackets and leather ball caps or something. I mean, it's just out of control. Armbands, the whole 9 yards. And the young, stupid kids love this, folks. They love playing with guns. They love being able to march around and drill. They love being made to feel important. And so they're now launching this with millions of youth nationwide. That means within 2 years, they'll be ready to move against the population. 4 years, really ready to move. And you watch, when Barack Obama leaves in 4 to 8 years, the next president, whether it's a Republican or Democrat, they're going to expand it. Because the presidents are now just front men and puppets. So I want to give you some of the background of this, but have you noticed it's not ITT technical anymore? It's ITT law enforcement, security guards training. It's not how to fix computers. It's not how to make computers. It's how to be a cop or a rent-a-cop. And the public schools have these law enforcement semesters in high school and junior high where they train them to write dossiers on their parents. And now the New York Times reports as if it's a good thing that children are telling their parents to turn the faucet off and don't water the yard and bossing their parents around and tattling on their parents. Oh, isn't it cute? No, it's not cute. It's hardcore scientific tyranny. Stay with us. We'll break it down and take your calls on the other side.
Would you give someone $100 for a $10 bill? If you're taking vitamins and minerals in a pill form, that's exactly what you're doing. Hello, my name is Dr. David Friedman. According to the Physician's Desk reference, many vitamins and minerals in a pill form are 10% absorbed. It doesn't take a mathematician to figure out for every $100 you spend on these pills, you're flushing $90 down the toilet. Start absorbing the nutrients you swallow. Introducing Choose for Health, a delicious tasting chewable containing 16 superfruits, sea vegetables, and antioxidants. You know, you work hard for your money. Isn't it time to start getting what you pay for? Order today. 1-800-210-1922. With Choose for Health, your body gets to keep the nutrients you swallow. The first 300 callers are going to receive a free copy of my best-selling CD, America's Unbalanced Diet. 1-800-210-1922. Or go to orderchoose.com.
The world appears to be on the brink of collapse. Experts say a pinch of heirloom vegetable seed could soon be the most valuable resource on Earth because it will provide healthy food now and every year after. Survivalistseeds.com now has the Heirloom Garden Seed Time Capsule, allowing you to store your seeds for the future anywhere, even underground, for 100 years. The Heirloom Garden Seed Time Capsule can withstand 3 tons of weight, is 100% rodent-proof, waterproof, and comes with a whopping 6,000 healthy vegetable seeds from 20 varieties that will grow anywhere in the USA, unless you trust the government. The Heirloom Garden Seed Time Capsule and heirloom seeds from Survivalistseeds.com is your long-term food solution. Our competition charges 10 cents to $1.25 per seed for these same heirloom varieties. But you can now have a head of lettuce, a bundle of carrots, a basket of tomatoes, a giant watermelon, and 16 other varieties for about a penny a seed each. Be prepared. Buy your heirloom seeds today from Survivalistseeds.com and have food insurance for your family forever. Visit Survivalistseeds.com. Survivalistseeds.com is owned by Big John Lipscomb, host of the Don't Tread on Me radio show.
Have you ever felt like the United States government knows way too much about your financial affairs? I continue to hear stories about property seizures, frozen bank accounts, confiscation of stocks and bonds. It makes me wonder if the U.S. citizen will ever again have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unfortunately, with the Drug and Money Laundering Act, the IRS Revenue Ruling 6045 of 1984, and the Trading with the Enemy Act and Franklin D. Roosevelt's Executive Order of 1933, some precious metal holdings are subject to government intervention. For this reason, Midas Resources has prepared a report explaining the boundaries of trading precious metals privately. Whether if you have any intention of trading with Midas Resources or not, I have instructed my representatives to give this report out free. Call for your free copy at 1-800-686-2237. When investing, always proceed with caution. Again, call 1-800-686-2237. Exercise your legal right to trade metals privately.